An unbelievable career herself, and is a returning All-American herself, and you know, for those two to have graduated and moved on, and for the spotlight to be on her is fun for me for her senior year, because she's such an unassuming kid that it doesn't appeal to her. She doesn't care if she is or not. And so she's kind of being kicked out in front a little bit right now, and it's awesome to see for her because she's so deserving.
Having a younger roster, how much are you leaning on returning players like Emma, like Rachel, like Sophia to step up into bigger roles than they've had to?
Yeah, well, that's been the most pleasant part of preseason so far. Is you see Emma is a different kid, Sophia Serino, way different kid, Hallie Shelton, way different kid, and you know, those were necessary steps for us to have a chance to be really, really good again. And at least early on, it looks like they've made the steps and done the work that they needed to do in the off season to give us a chance to be really good again.
I know as a coach, you normally don't pay too much attention to the preseason rankings and where you're picked to finish. But knowing that you have that target on your back again, does that drive you guys even further?
You know, not really. Not so much this year. Last year, again, we were the favorite, and we should have been the favorite, and we were experienced. You know, this year's team, we're the favorite based on what our program has done. You know, I don't think we're the best team in Conference USA right now. I think there's a group of 4 or 5 teams that can win this thing at the end. I think we're one of those. But with what we graduated 2 4-time All-Americans from a roster of 12 or 13 kids. I mean, you don't just, you know, put another kid in a jersey and go back out there and keep doing the same things. And so we're not the best team in Conference USA right now, but we have a chance to be by November if we can continue to grind and get better every day. And you know, we certainly know we have a chance, but I certainly, if the conference tournament was today, I don't think you'd see us hoisting the trophy. But that's part of what I like. That's part of what drives me as a coach, is to try to, you know, work towards that goal by the time that it matters.
So that's kind of been a point of emphasis, like you have the potential, but you're not there yet. So
that's
kind of
right.
Keep working.
I walked in front of our team on day one when we knew we were the preseason favorite and looked them in the eye and said, guys, we're not the best team in this league. We were. Last year's team was. The year before we were. We're not this year. It's not coach speak. We're not. But we're talented, and they're good kids, and they've worked hard, and I think we have a chance to be really good again. I certainly am not crying about the roster that we've put together. I like these kids a lot, but they've got a lot to prove, and you know, it kind of reminds me more of my first year in conference. When we first went to Conference USA, I felt like we had a lot to prove. And had a lot in our, you know, that's when Alyssa Kavanaugh was a freshman, and Jessica Lucas was a freshman, and Sydney Engel was a freshman. And I looked at that team and thought, you know what, there's a lot of pieces here, and hopefully we can build it like that team did and put together a championship team.
How nice was it adding that, the transfer from Xavier?
Well, it's just nice to have a little bit more experience in the gym. You know, she's a kid that some of our other players are already familiar with. They played high school ball in her area, and you know, we just needed another depth piece, and I keep coming. I like our roster. It's got a lot of everything. It's got some experience. It's got talent. It's got youth. It's made up of great kids from one end to the other.
Just perspective, it's always a lot different from the player's perspective. But through these first few days, just what have you kind of seen from just the 2-day practices from this team?
Well, it's been a lot of fun for me. If you love to coach, you know, being young, which we are, and talented, which we are. It's fun to be in there every day. We got a talented group. They're good kids. They're learning a lot, and we got a long way to go to be great. But we certainly have a talent base to work with.
How fun has it been to see that versatility, seeing different players just coming in the different roles, different outside hitters? Just all
that's
that.
been the most fun part. Is we don't have tremendous depth roster number-wise, but we have tremendous depth through versatility. We got a lot of kids that can do a lot of different things, and they're showcasing that and figuring out what the best combination of that is going to be really what these next couple of weeks are all about.